For 300 years, no ship had touched the surface of Vortis 9. The last crew that tried was killed within minutes. No bodies were found, only melted metal and blood-stained soil. The planet became a warning to the entire galaxy. No one returned. Until now, a human ship floated silently above the deadly world. Inside, the crew made jokes, sipped coffee, and prepared their scanners. Aliens watching the live feed were horrified. This was suicide, but the humans didn't panic. They smiled. The ship began its slow descent, heading straight into the most dangerous zone known to the galaxy. Creatures with acid blood, claws like blades, and intelligence beyond reason lived below. The aliens waited for screams, for fire, for death. Instead, nothing. The ship landed. Doors opened. Drones flew out. The humans stepped onto the cursed ground like it was just another mission. The galaxy held its breath. Something was very wrong or very human. The first creature appeared just 1 hour after landing. It was massive, 3 meters tall with dark spiked armor and glowing red eyes. Its mouth dripped acid that melted stone. Every alien watching, the footage leaned back in fear. The humans didn't run. Dr. Elena Ross, the team leader, slowly stepped forward. She didn't raise her weapon. Instead, she pulled something from her pack. A sandwich wrapped in foil. The monster growled, low and deep. Elena unwrapped the sandwich and tossed it gently onto the ground. The beast sniffed the air, then stepped forward, claws clicking against the rock. Everyone expected violence. Instead, the creature took the sandwich, sniffed again, and began to eat. The aliens watching couldn't believe it. One of the deadliest. Predators in the galaxy had just accepted food from a human. Did they just feed it? Someone whispered. Back on the planet, Elena smiled. Let's name him Grumble. The galaxy's eyes stayed locked on the human landing team. What they saw next shocked even the oldest species. The Shriek Claw, one of the most feared creatures on Vortis 9, was no longer hiding in the jungle. It was walking beside Dr. Elena Ross like a trained guard dog. At first, aliens thought it was a trick, a trap, but then the beast followed her all the way back to the ship's ramp and stepped inside. Panic broke out across dozens of alien stations. Messages flew through secure channels. They've brought it aboard! They've lost control! But inside the ship there was no chaos. The Shriek Claw lay on the floor beside Elena's chair. Its huge eyes slowly closed. It began to sleep. No one had ever survived a Shriek Claw encounter, and now the humans were living with one. The galaxy watched in silence. Something impossible was happening. For centuries, alien species tried to kill. Shriek Claws and failed. Plasma weapons, poison gas, energy traps, nothing worked. These beasts were fast, smart, and nearly unkillable. Now one of them was sleeping under a human scientist's desk. The Galactic Science Union held an emergency meeting. Experts demanded answers. How did humans do what no one else could? Dr. Elena Ross stood calmly before the alien leaders. We didn't tame it with fear, she said. We used trust. The aliens didn't understand. Trust? With a Deathworld monster? Elena explained Earth's long history, how humans lived with wolves, lions, bears, how they learned to read body language, build bonds, and turn killers into companions. To us, she added, the Shriek Claw is just another animal that needs understanding. The room fell silent. They had built weapons. Humans had offered a sandwich and earned loyalty, and that terrified the galaxy more than any weapon ever had. 3 days after landing, the humans set up a research camp deep in the wild zone. Drones flew. Scanners hummed. Grumble, the Shriek Claw, stayed close, like a loyal dog guarding its pack. Then the ground trembled. Trees snapped. The sky darkened. A second beast emerged, twice the size of Grumble. Its skin shimmered like living metal. Horns curled from its head, and its roar shook the mountains. Alien observers gasped. This was the Alpha, the king of Vorthis 9. Everyone expected a bloodbath, but Grumble didn't fight. Instead, it turned and looked at Dr. Elena. The Alpha stopped. It lowered its head. The monster, the apex predator feared by galaxies, bowed to the human woman standing calmly in the grass. No weapons, no traps, just presence. Across the stars, panic spread. "What are they doing to these beasts?" one alien asked. Another answered, voice shaking, "They're not doing anything." "They're leading them." After the Alpha bowed, every major alien empire sent science teams to Vorthis 9. They wanted answers. How could these monsters, once untamable, now act like trained pets? But when the aliens landed, the beasts vanished. No roars, no movement, nothing. For weeks, they tried everything. Bait, sound traps, scent decoys. Still nothing. Then a human scientist, Dr. Elena Ross, stepped into the jungle, and the creatures returned. They didn't growl or attack. They walked beside her calmly, like loyal soldiers awaiting orders. Aliens tried to mimic her steps, her voice, her scans. It didn't work. The beasts ignored them, or worse, became aggressive. Only humans could touch them, feed them, command them. "They're not just pets," one alien researcher said in disbelief. "They've chosen the humans." The silence in the galactic meeting halls grew heavy. Because if the galaxy's most dangerous predators followed humanity, what would humanity become next? When a rogue alien faction fired on the human outpost, from orbit, they thought it would be over in seconds. A simple warning, a show of power. But they didn't understand what the humans had brought with them. As the plasma bombs fell, the creatures of Vorthis 9 roared into the sky. Not in fear, but in rage. Hundreds of them. Clawed, armored, and glowing with fury. They moved faster than any sensor could track. One beast launched itself into the sky and took down a drone bomb mid-air with its bare claws. The High Rathari Empire, furious and afraid, launched a covert mission to capture one of the beasts. A full strike team of elite hunters landed on Vorthis 9, armed with paralysis nets, shock rifles, and cloaking suits. They never reported back. 3 days later, a lone soldier stumbled into an alien outpost. His armor was torn. His eyes were wide with shock. He spoke just 5 words before collapsing. They pet the monster." The alien command didn't understand. Pet it? Survivors later viewed drone footage from the lost team. It showed the humans calmly sitting around a fire, laughing, drinking, and casually scratching behind a shriek claws. Ears like it was a house cat. One soldier tried to approach. The beast turned and stared. The team vanished from the feed seconds later. The galaxy realized something horrifying. Humans hadn't just tamed the Deathworld predators. They had been accepted as part of the pack. At first, the galaxy thought the beasts would never leave Vorthis 9. It was their world, their jungle, their blood-soaked kingdom. But then, one of the human ships lifted off, and the monsters followed. Not just 1 or 2, dozens. Some clung to the ship's hull, immune to the vacuum. Others were inside, resting calmly in containment bays that weren't locked. They didn't need cages. They wanted to be there. Alien scanners confirmed it. Predators once feared across entire star sectors were now off-world, under human command. In space stations, diplomats panicked. "They're bringing Deathworld beasts into our cities." But humans said nothing. They didn't need to. Because when the first human shuttle docked at a neutral trade station, it opened slowly, and beside the captain stood a shriek claw, sitting obediently, eyes glowing. No chains, no muzzle, just loyalty. The galaxy realized with dread. The monsters weren't Earth's prisoners. They were Earth's allies. Once the galaxy mocked Earth, called humans reckless, soft, naive. Now they begged for help. A swarm of void parasites was devouring colonies on the edge of known space. No weapons worked. No fleets could stop them. Entire planets vanished in hours. The desperate call went out. Earth, please, help us. A week later, a human fleet arrived, not with superweapons, but with the beasts, shriek claws, thunderbacks, night maws, creatures from Vorthis 9, armored in specialized gear, dropped onto infected worlds. No fear, no hesitation, only instinct. They tore through the parasites like fire through dry leaves. Alien soldiers stood frozen, watching monsters once feared now saving their lives. In the final broadcast, a shriek claw stood atop a mountain of burning parasites. A human gently patted its side. "This is Grumble," the human said with a smile. "He likes saving people." And across the galaxy, a terrifying truth settled in. Humanity hadn't just survived the Deathworld. They had made its nightmares into heroes. Tools, others surrounded the human camp, forming a living wall of muscle, fang, and fire. Not a single bomb reached its target. The attack failed, badly. The rogue fleet fled within minutes, chased by flying predators that shouldn't even understand technology, but somehow did. The message to the galaxy was now clear. Harming humans wasn't just dangerous, it would wake the monsters.